We all make diagrams, right? Flowcharts, org charts, network maps. But what if I told you there's a secret problem with almost all of them? Well, today we're going to talk about that problem and, more importantly, how to fix it. We're going to dive into how you can turn those simple drawings into incredibly powerful, intelligent data tools. So let's get right into it. Just start by thinking about this question. What if your diagram could actually understand itself? I mean, what if it knew that a box you labeled server was, a server? Or that a line connecting two people actually meant a specific relationship, like manager to employee? This is the huge idea we're going to unpack today. All right, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the basics. What even is a semantic map? Then we'll uncover that secret problem I mentioned that's probably hiding in your diagrams. After that, we'll get to the fun part, making your diagrams smart, revealing the amazing new superpowers they get, and wrapping up with why this is going to matter so much for your work. Okay, first things first. Before we can make our diagrams smarter, we need to get a handle on this foundational concept, the semantic map. So a semantic map is all about organizing knowledge by meaning. It's not just a bunch of shapes thrown on a page. It's a visual web that shows how different ideas are actually related to each other. Think of it like a family tree, but for concepts. And that word, semantic, is just a fancy way of saying related to meaning. That's the key. And building one is actually super intuitive. Let's say you start with ocean as your main idea. From there, you just branch out to related topics, right? Like marine life or human activities. Then you go another level deeper with specific details. Fish and whales, waves and tides, fishing and shipping. And boom, just like that, you got a map where every single connection has a clear, logical meaning. Okay, so we get the idea of a meaningful map. But what about the diagrams most of us are making every single day in tools like Draw.io? Well, they look nice, sure. They get ideas across to other people, but they have a hidden problem. They're only pixel deep. And here's where it all clicks. Your standard diagram is really just a collection of pixels. All the meaning, it's just in our heads. To a computer, it's just a pretty picture, nothing more. But a diagram with semantics, that's a whole different beast. It's data that has context. It has a meaning that a machine can actually read and understand. And that transforms it from a static image into a dynamic, living source of data. So how do we fix this? How do we get from a simple picture to this intelligent tool? Well, the solution is a process called semantic mapping. Semantic mapping is really just the process of teaching your diagram what its parts represent. You're connecting that visual shape on your screen, the box, the arrow, whatever, to a data model underneath that says, hey, this box is a system, or this arrow means sends data to. In practice, this is often as simple as adding some extra properties to your shapes. You are literally giving your diagram a brain. Now, for the tech folks watching, this analogy is perfect. It's like the difference between a weakly typed language and a strongly typed one. But for everyone else, think of it this way. A normal diagram is kind of like a vague suggestion. A semantic diagram, that's a detailed blueprint. Yeah, the blueprint takes a little more work up front to define all the rules, but what you get in return is a system that's way more robust and reliable, one that helps you catch mistakes before they become big problems. And that upfront effort, it pays off in some absolutely incredible ways. Because once your diagram is smart, it gets a whole set of new superpowers. Let's check them out. All of a sudden, your diagram starts doing the heavy lifting for you. It can automatically order things just based on where you put them on the canvas. It can instantly sort elements by color so you can see what's high priority at a glance. You can generate entire websites or reports directly from the diagram, which cuts out hours of boring manual work. It can even become a central hub, gluing together information from all these different places into one clear picture. Now, this right here is an absolute game changer. The visual layout itself becomes data. For years, we've all carefully arranged shapes just so they look good to us. With semantic mapping, that very arrangement, top to bottom, left to right, can be translated into a real, meaningful order that a computer actually understands and can use. Your design choices become part of the data model itself. That's a massive leap forward. So let's zoom out. What does all this really mean for your day-to-day work? Why should you care? Let's look at the big picture. At the end of the day, you're no longer just making pictures. You're creating living, intelligent documents. Living because they can be updated and used to automatically create other things. And intelligent because they hold real, structured knowledge about your project or your system. And the payoff for you is huge. You save a ton of time by automating all that documentation. You cut way down on errors because the diagram is the data, no more manual copy-paste mistakes. You get to create a single, reliable source of truth that everybody on your team can trust. And maybe the best part, your diagrams finally evolve with your project, staying up to date and useful instead of becoming old, outdated pictures nobody looks at. So the next time you open up a tool to make a diagram, just ask yourself this. Are you just going to draw a picture, or are you going to build a source of knowledge? The choice, and all the incredible power that comes with it, is completely yours. Thanks for watching.